Quilt Fest Durant 2024 is underway here on a Friday. It's day 2, and I'm with Kristen Banks. And Kristen, who, by the way, is a friend of the channel anyway and a friend of the Bryan County Patriot, obviously, we've been seeing a lot more of you lately, and with big events like this going on. Day 2, tell us a little bit about day 1 of the Quilt Fest.
So day 1 just kicked off with a bang, and thank you so much for everybody coming out. We've got over 121 quilts. I think we're displaying over 2 locations for 3 days here in Durant. So we're here at the Massey building where we have the vintage quilts, and it's pretty exciting.
You mentioned 2 locations. Of course, we're here at the Massey building right now. That is at 200 West Main in Durant, and also at the Donald W. Reynolds Library. That is kind of the main site, if you will, 1515 West Main in Durant. Everyone, I think, knows where the library is. So, Kristen, the quilt behind us right now, I mean, this is really, really nice. It's one of a number that are on display here at the Massey building. Tell us a little bit about this quilt.
So this quilt is particularly special to me because the lady that taught me to quilt, who was kind of my mentor, if you will, made this quilt. She actually designed it. She said she would dream about quilts and she would actually draw them out and then make the patterns. It's an Oklahoma specific quilt. All of these flowers are native to Oklahoma. It's OK Album is the name. It was displayed 25 years ago. This lady, Royce Printice, started the quilt club in Durant in her home with 12 ladies. They all made this quilt, which is an advanced technique, needle turn applique. There was a quilt show 25 years ago at the VPAC, and it hung there. The governor's wife saw the display, and she asked if it would hang at the rotunda at the Capitol of Oklahoma for a special display. It was so popular that the exhibit went even longer. So it's really special that we have this here today, and especially since Royce passed last year. And she started the club, she started the show, so really, if it hadn't been for her, we wouldn't be here today, and so many of these quilts wouldn't have even been made because she taught and inspired so many of us.
I believe I remember that quilt display 25 years ago too. So it's nice to have these things right here in Bryan County. That's a really cool thing to get to promote. One other thing about this particular location for the Quilt Fest, which again, you know, you guys have expanded. I think that's really cool. There is a quilt from the Civil War on display here as well.
Yes, a pre-Civil War quilt. It's circa 1847, I think. It's a really neat family quilt out of Tennessee. It's been documented with Quilts of Tennessee. I think it's even in a book. The family just graciously loaned it to us for the weekend, and what's really cool about it, it survived a house fire in the 50s. So while damaged, it still survived, and it's just an amazing piece of history because so many quilts, because they're made of natural fibers at that point, did not survive because of decay, or they just simply used them until they wore out.
That is really cool. Okay, Kristen, tell us what we need to do to come see not only this at the Massey building, but also at the library as well. And one wristband can get you both places, is that correct?
Yes, so it's just $5 for your entrance fee. You can pay at the library or the Massey building. You get a wristband, good for both locations, all 3 days. We have talks and demonstrations down at the library going all the time, about every hour to hour and a half. We also have a fun scavenger hunt. So we have 16 participating local businesses that if you get your scavenger hunt card when you pay for your admission and you go get a stamp, you find the quilt block at the business, you have to do 12 of the 16, turn it back in, and we're going to draw one of those for a Travel Mate sewing machine.
All right, that is incredibly cool. Scavenger hunts are cool. I think
fun.
that's neat. Lots going on in Bryan County, including Quilt Fest Durant 2024 taking place now. It is day 2. Don't forget you can do this through 4 o'clock today, and then tomorrow 9 a.m. through 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll wrap things up. For Kristen Banks, I'm Joey McWilliams. Thanks for watching the Bryan County Patriot. God bless you guys, and come on out and see some quilts.